So now we have the next battle, Shotaro taking on Shiro. Shiro is using Aqua Force, and Aqua Force versus Link Joker is usually really bad, but because deleters don't focus as much on locking units and focus more on deleting the Vanguard, it doesn't matter quite as much. It also doesn't matter if Shiro gets an early critical trigger and decides to guard after that. If Shotaro had attacked with the Vanguard first, he would have gotten the critical hit and done 2 damage, but at the same time, he had no way of knowing that. Plus, that trigger would have meant that the rear guard probably wouldn't have been able to hit. Because with 2 damage, it means he could have gotten a second trigger. Something to think about when you early rush. And speaking of early rush, Aqua Force would do that in spades. Shiro pretty much giving up his entire hand to fight early on. And this is 11k. It's another interesting thing that you have to think about when it comes to fighting Aqua Force is that sometimes you do want to keep guard in hand. Shotaro 1 to passes. Shiro gets the trigger. The 1 pass actually was a pretty good idea just because he prevented the Tidal Assault from getting the power, and if Tidal Assault had gotten the power, then there would have been 2 attacks that could have hit. Now there's only 1. So definitely not a misplay. Shotaro forced to take 3 damage, and now he has to BRB. So I will pause the recording. And now Shotaro has returned, so we can continue. That actually took a couple of minutes. None of you are gonna know that because luckily I paused the recording. Shotaro gets a heal trigger, which really does help him at this point because Aqua Force decided to rush early and did a lot of heavy damage to his grade 1 Vanguard. Something you just have to expect from this clan. And right into Maelstrom, which was the unit that was searched out for Marios and grabbed, so no way to know if he had a grade 3 before that or not. Shotaro takes the first hit again. At this point, he's probably hoping for a trigger so he doesn't have to guard. He was probably hoping for a trigger so he didn't have to guard Tidal Assault, but it didn't happen that way. 16 at the Vanguard. Draw trigger. I'm surprised he didn't give the power to the 4K Tidal Assault. But at the same time, I understand why he didn't do it because now this one gets to do 2 attacks and they are gonna hit. I'm gonna guess it's 2 14k attacks in case of triggers. So yep, the first one is 14. Shotaro takes it, gets the trigger. And on restand, it's another 14. Shotaro has to guard. The damage is 5 to 1, merely for no other reason than because the Shotaro is getting rushed. Counterblast 3 deleters. And puts Alter Ego Messiah into the soul in order to delete. I'm checking now, it does not say that you have to put a deleter into the soul specifically, it just has to be a rear guard. Oh. Shiro is asking how to delete the Vanguard. It's literally the delete button. Shotaro was trying to say that, but it's difficult to actually put into words. I'll be right back. Alright, making sure it's understood that the delete button deletes. When Roxas deletes, it also gains 10,000 power, making it even more difficult to guard. He also used the starter skill to put it into the soul and draw a card. Did he just double delete his Vanguard? Oh no, wait, he minus 11,000, then he deleted it. No triggers for show. That means he's not really gonna have guard for the next turn. Unless this hits. 10k to block. Because unfortunately Shotaro had to use up most of his hand just to do what he did. One thing I've noticed about Shotaro's deck is that it does have a problem gaining hand. It's not really supposed to gain hand, it just has a problem gaining hand. Yeah, Shotaro was about to say that Shiro needed more to guard, but he actually didn't. Because unfortunately his attack was only for 9k. And even though the Vanguard is only at is a 0k Vanguard while Shotaro's is at 11. Because he's fighting Aqua Force, even if Shiro doesn't stride or ride over or anything of that sort, even if he didn't want to do any of those things, he would still have the ability to twin drive, potentially getting triggers, and he would still have multiple attacks that Shotaro would have to guard and deal with. Shotaro unfortunately can't take a single hit right now. Second attack is at the rear, preventing an intercept. Shotaro had to take it. Shotaro did nothing, like, no misplays, nothing wrong, anything like that. All I can say is that he got rushed down, and his deck just isn't meant to deal with rush down. Because I'd be surprised if he had guard for no he doesn't. And there's a critical. So even the chance of healing is, ooh, another critical. That's just mean. That's just mean. Shotaro doesn't have enough heal triggers in deck to survive. Because he guarded with a heal. Shotaro would have 6th healed had he had a critical not appeared at all. And from that he actually would have been able to delete the Vanguard again. But good games. On to DS's second member.